be late. Hello, everyone, and welcome to, I don't even know what day it is. It's Thursday, the 3rd of February. Oh, and today we're going to be doing some verbiage training because when we start, a lot of us are new. It's like, okay, we've got to speak to people, right? That's our job. Okay, but how do I do that? Like, what am I doing? So I wanted to open today with 2 short videos with Eric Worre talking about this exact thing. This is what I did when I started. I went on YouTube and I Googled Eric Worre, verbiage, Big Al Schneider, verbiage, like some of the top people, and just started to write down some bits in my head. But I want to share a couple of quick videos just to make it a little bit, he's just very good at explaining it. So I'm going to go ahead and play this because I love this video.
Marketing Pro, my name is Eric Worre. Today we're going to talk about skills. What do you need to do? What skills you need to develop in order to be more successful in network marketing? And on that topic, I'm going to give you a phrase that I've used in my network marketing career.
An advert? What is this?
Hulu Ad Manager is the easy way for businesses like yours to advertise on.
Sorry.
Career. That is literally the magic words for network marketing success. You use this phrase starting today, and your network marketing success is going to grow astronomically. And here's what it is. If I, would you? Here's what this means. If I send you a link that shares what we have to offer with our products, would you review it? If I give you a brochure, would you read it? If I invited you to a special private event at my home, would you attend? If I introduced you to by phone to one of the people that I work with on a 3-way phone call, would you have a conversation with them? See, what if I would you does is it puts you in a position of strength. If I shared my product with you, would you try it out to see if it works for you? See what I'm saying? If I works a whole bunch of psychological reasons. Number one, it puts you in control. It doesn't say that you're going to give them something. It says, if I decide to give you this gift, would you take a step? And psychologically, we are programmed as human beings to respond positively to people who give us stuff first. So if you just ask somebody, would you watch the video? That's not going to get you the result. If you say, if I gave you a link to watch the video, would you watch it? And psychologically, they're programmed to say, they're giving me something. All right, I'm going to give something in return. This works unbelievably for all your prospects. And it works for your team. If I invited you to come to the company convention, would you go? If I invited you to a special conference call for leaders, would you listen in? If I gave you the information for a special training event that's going to happen in our area, would you join me? If I, would you start to use these words every day with your prospects and with your team? You notice that I do this a lot through Network Marketing Pro. If I asked you to subscribe to this channel, would you do it? You're like, well, yeah, maybe I would. See what I'm saying? I do this all the time. If I invite you, will you attend? If I share this with you, will you review it? If I invited you for coffee, would you sit down with me? If I, see what I'm saying? Would you? It's magical what it will do for your business, what it will do for your life, what it will do for your network marketing success. And that's what I want for you. All right, so start using it and I'll see you tomorrow.
I love him, he's great. Put a 1 in the chat if you've used this verbiage yet or before. I want to see how many of you are actually using this because awesome. Yes, I use this in every single chat I have with every single prospect or customer. If I, would you? It's so gentle, it's so kind, it's so easy, and people always say yes. There's psychology behind it. Hi, Chloe. So that's really awesome to hear that you guys are using that, because we can use it for anything. We're doing mega Zooms. If I send you a link to our private mega Zoom event, will you come? Yeah, I'd want to. So that's the first thing I learned when I got into this. If I, would you? Of course, there's the lead up to that. But for that, all I can say to that is, like today I had a brainwave. So I'd love to share this with you. When we're like looking for prospects, sometimes it's like, oh, we've run out. Like, I don't know who to speak to anymore. And I thought today I was like, oh, I have a cool friend called Brendan Durrell, and he's a coach on Too Hot to Handle. I don't know if you guys have seen that really awful show on Netflix that I secretly really like. So he's like a sex coach. And I was speaking to him and I was like looking at his stuff and the comments of people who like his stuff, and they're all powerful female entrepreneurs. And I was like, hey, wait a second. So then I decided, oh, well, that's exactly where I'm going to find my new prospects today. So that's what I did this morning. I started 5 conversations already, which is what I think we do. So for me, a conversation is, I like some of their stuff. I comment, I read a few of their posts. I comment like, wow, like I really resonate with that. That's beautiful. Follow them, voice message. Hey, I don't know, Sandra, can't remember any of their names. I've just came across your page. Oh my goodness, I love it. Fierce energy. You're helping lead us into the new paradigm. I really resonate with that. I feel that. Thank you for just showing up as yourself, sis. That's how you open a prospect conversation. It's not that hard. When you like just start sending these, and then when I've sent someone a message, they go straight on my list for the day of someone that I've messaged. So that's a good opener. Even if it's a customer or someone you want as a brand partner, just introduce yourself. It's fun. So we just get to introduce ourselves. Like, hi, it's so good to meet you. I love your page. I love that you're vegan. I love that you're a coach. I love that you're living your life on a beach. Oh my God, I can't wait I'm about to move to Mexico, by the way. We just get to show up as us and introduce ourselves. Follow them, like some stuff, and wait for them to respond. That's how you open it. Naturally, the conversation will progress. They'll be like, so what is it you do? 100% of the time, eventually, that's what comes up, because I usually ask first. I'm like, so what is it you do exactly? It looks amazing. I see that you're a coach, but can you tell me more about that? And then they say, and then they'll be like, so what do you do? And you're like, well, if I send you a quick video, would you watch it? Bam, Eric Worre verbiage. Nailed it. That's a whole new prospect you've just made in 2 minutes. And it's a numbers game. It's weird because I'm not good with numbers, but Eric says it, it's just about building these relationships with people. And from that, you're not just always going to be like, I want you to buy something or I want you to join. It's just like, I'd love to hear what you thought about the video, because like when I saw it, I remember I was like, wow, this is something I'd been searching for. So I get excited about it. Yeah, I love the Yperian video, Sam. That's one of my favorite ones to use. It just covers everything. It covers everything. That's why I love that one so much. So anyway, that was off that, but that's an example of where I find my prospects. I find a high level person that I really like. So for me today, it was Brendan. Looked, and all his followers are like fucking powerful women. And I'm like, and actually some amazing guys. I've messaged a few guys today because I want some new men in my team, and just got hype, had my green juice, had a dance, took my friend's dogs who were staying with me out in the rain. And then I just started voice noting people. If I would you. Okay. Does that make it a bit easier for people in any way? Does that because that's just how I do it. I just want to share how I do it. Usually in the night, I have the brainwave. I'm like, oh, they'll have good followers. And I want their followers to join my team because they're of a certain type or quality. Or I think that they really benefit from the food. Like they're vegan, but they're like, they haven't found this. So they're not the healthiest that they could be. Like, oh my God, I want to help them. But so that's the first quick video I wanted to show you. That's my favorite phrase in network marketing. I'm going to share a couple more because there's a guy called Big Al Schneider. I don't know if you guys have read the book yet, How to Build Your Online Nutrition Business, Network Marketing Business. Wait, How to Build Your Online Network Marketing Nutrition Business Fast. It's like the longest book title of all time. But he's called Big Al. And Eric last year paid for a couple of trainings with us with him. His verbiage, hell. I've got some of it written down to share with you in a minute. But I just want to quickly show you another short video from Eric. This is a kind of, I'm not going to say too much. I'm just going to actually, okay, I need to go back though. Okay, YouTube. Here we go. Oh, I love video watching in the morning.
Welcome to Network Marketing Pro. My name is Eric Worre. Today I want to talk to you about how to talk to prospects. So many of you go out and you want to just give everybody every fact and figure. Let me tell you about the product. Let me tell you about the compensation plan. Let me tell you about the company. And in my opinion, most of the time, you're jumping the gun, because what you need to do first, if you want to take someone who's focused someplace else and get them to potentially consider what you have to get them to open their mind a bit. And part of opening their mind is getting them to imagine something different than what they're currently doing. Now, I've heard about this used in lots of different techniques over the years, but the best way I think about it is acting like a consultant. If you act like a consultant instead of a salesperson, you're going to build more trust, you're going to have a better conversation. And what do consultants do? They ask questions to try and figure out the situation. And one of the most important, I think, or a key at least, strategy is to talk to people about entrepreneurship. Not about your product, not about freedom, not about your comp plan or your company or your team. Talk to them about entrepreneurship. Here's some questions you should ask people. Have you ever gone into business for yourself? Mm-hmm. And when you ask that question, what are you going to get? You're going to get, no, I haven't. And if they say, no, I haven't, then you're going to say, why didn't you? And either they're entrepreneurial, but they don't really have a product or an idea or a strategy or the money or the time, or they're not entrepreneurial. They're more employee-minded. And that's a very important thing for you to know when you're talking to a person, an employee-minded person, that they're going to go through some pretty big struggles in this entrepreneurial environment of network marketing. If you don't know that and you're trying to push an employee type person into entrepreneurial thinking, you're going to create some stress and drama and friction. Mm-hmm. So if they say, no, I haven't, and here's why I haven't, because you're going to ask the other questions, why didn't you? They're going to give you a list. And here's the list of reasons why people didn't go into business for themselves. I was too afraid. I didn't know if I had the skills. I didn't have a good product or a good service. I didn't have enough money. I didn't have the time to do it. I couldn't risk quitting my job in order to be able to make it happen, even though this has been my dream my whole life. And if they give you that list, what do we have inside the network marketing profession to be able to take care of that list?
Everything.
We have the friendliest environment for an entrepreneurial person who has the dream but doesn't have the vehicle. We have a way for those people with very low risk, with flexible time, with the product and idea already taken care of, all of the business aspects handled for them, of this huge safety net created for them to give it a shot. That dream that they've had for forever, to give it a shot. So if they say no, they haven't, they'll give you a list of reasons why they haven't, and then you can give them a solution. Or if they say, yes, I have, how's it going? Oh my gosh, I tried and it didn't work. It was disaster. Why didn't it work? Well, it didn't work because I didn't have enough money. I didn't have enough time. I wasn't good enough with this. The product wasn't good enough. My location wasn't good enough. And do you or do you not have solutions to all of those objections and challenges that person went through? It's the same list of solutions that we have inside the network marketing profession. Or they might say, yes, I've started my own business. I'm doing it right now. And it's a disaster. I don't own the business. The business owns me. I'm a professional babysitter. And they give you all of these lists of challenges that they have with the business. Or you can ask them, is it challenging? And they'll give you a whole list of reasons why it's challenging. And what do we have as a solution to a challenged entrepreneur? The ability for somebody else to do all the heavy lifting. The ability for the risk to be very, very low, not have to have employees, not have to have personal guarantees and offices and overhead and all these different things that are necessary for a traditional small business person are not necessary for a network marketing entrepreneur. So what you could say is, what if you could trade all of that for a simpler path to be able to get the same result? The result is working for yourself. The result is having freedom. The result is making a difference in people's lives. The result is taking care of your family. and doing the things that you dream about, right? So if you have this conversation about entrepreneurship, no matter where it goes, you have a solution. If a person thinks that they're employee-minded, then you could say, well, have you ever thought of maybe switching that? Instead of being employee-minded, maybe being entrepreneurial-minded? You can have a conversation about that and talk about how easy it might be for them to give it a try. If that doesn't work, take them to a customer conversation, then that's fine, leave it there. Second aspect is you can go into a person says, I haven't tried it, and here's all the reasons why. You can give them the solution. Or the third is they've tried it and it didn't work. You can give them a solution again. Or they've tried it and they're currently involved in it, but they have challenges, and you have a solution for all of those challenges. So talk to people about entrepreneurship, and then you have an easy entry to talk to them about network marketing as a solution. Your product, your company, your compensation plan, your team, your system, all the great stuff that you have to be able to help them as a consultant, to help them from a bad situation to a better one. That's what we do. Try that approach. Give me your comments below. And if you feel somebody else should hear what I'm talking about today, and we
Well, yeah, we always think everyone should, Eric. We love you. But okay, did you guys kind of get the gist of that? It's like if we lead with entrepreneurship, then we can go down the tiers, and then if they're not interested, they're a customer. But if we lead with entrepreneurship as the solution, what a great thing. Like we help paint a picture, which is what I love as well. With the questions, we get good at asking questions. So have you ever thought about paint a picture? So they're like, oh, yeah, I guess I have, but I daren't dream that I could ever live that life. Or what if you could? And then you can talk about all the wonderful aspects. And so we are literally painting a picture. And something I like to do as well, if someone's like, you know, I'd love to be an entrepreneur, but I'm scared, I don't even know where to start, I'd be like, you know what, agree with them. That's exactly how I felt. I'm not kidding. I never even thought about doing this. I didn't know what network marketing was when I started, and then you go on to everything's here for us. We have the tools, we have the systems, we have the mentorship. There's no buy-in cost. There's no risk. Why wouldn't you take a chance? And if they're still in employee mindset, that's fine. You know what? Well, I just say, start with trying the food. Just try it. You have no risk. It's 60-day money back guarantee. This could change your life on its own. And then see how you feel about sharing this with other people. There's no pressure. And they're going to be like, well, yeah, I may as well just try it. So we just get good at painting pictures, asking questions, agreeing with them, make them feel like they're not weird for thinking this is hard. Like, yeah, I was scared of this too. Normalize that. And then in that, we can always put in the, if I would you. Because it's the best. If I sent you a quick video just explaining a bit more, would you watch it? When do you think you could watch that by? Because a lot of people say to me, oh, you know, they just go cold. When I'm speaking to people, that the line goes cold because I send them something and then I don't hear anything. So the way to stop that is just by going, do you know when you'll be able to watch it by? You get a commitment from them and they go, yeah, maybe tonight after work. You go, great. Would it be okay if I check in with you then? Because I would love to hear what you have to say about this. Like, I can't wait to hear what you think. And they'll be like, sure. Then you've got permission. You've got that express permission to go back to them, because that's a great tip, because I hear it so much like, oh, you know, we were talking and it's just gone dead. So every conversation you have with someone needs to have a lead into the next conversation, a way to speak to them again, no matter what it is, so that it's not just like a one and done. Like, there's a lead into the next thing. Again, I learned this just by watching Eric Worre, listening to Alison. It takes time, but it's good because we can share this with one another. Does anyone have anything to say on anything we've seen so far, or any wins that they want to share, or any techniques that are working, or anything they're finding hard? Because I've got a lot more bits to share, but I want to have if anyone has anything. If not, I can continue. Eh? Okay, cool. Yay, team. Okay, so I wanted to show you guys something on iLearn quickly. Goodbye, Eric. We love you. Okay, so if we go into iLearn, so platinum, there's a way for us to get in. If you can't remember, hit me up. But obviously I'm platinum, I'm still getting into the American one. And if we go on to get started here, here we go. And then you go on getting started prospecting role-playing exercise. This is cool, I found this yesterday. So Melissa Hansen, 5-star crown, and Sonia McGruger, 4-star crown, made this like kind of cool script for certain things. So Sam and Rich, I know that you work a lot with fitness. So how about this script for the gym owner or the athlete? It's just really cool. Like, I wanted to check in with you. How are you doing it right now? I heard the gyms are all closed. Like, are you doing online classes? Like, how is it going for you? I'm just going to read the comments. Oh, you can't see it. You can't see on the screen. Okay, interesting. Let me stop share and try again. Oh, can you see it now? Okay, yay! I downloaded it. So this is the downloaded one, but it's in iLearn, getting started right, and then it's role-playing prospecting. It's just some really simple scripts that Sonia McGruger made. So the gym owner. Oh, that's interesting. I wanted to check in with you. How are you doing? You can change this a little bit, and then they're going to be like, you know, I'm trying to transition to online, but it's difficult. I'm not sure how I'm going to pay for my lease. There's a gym guy here in Charlotte that I enrolled because he was like, I can't pay my lease, $7 grand a month. I'm like, okay, well, let's just get into business with Purium, and he's hype. And then, you know, I can't imagine the anxiety you're feeling. You want to humanize it. It's just really good verbiage they've got in here. And then I love this. Is it an MLM? Yes. Fuck yeah, that's why I love it. I got into this 2 years ago and I didn't get direct sales then. I didn't understand this, but that's how it's highly leveraged and creates residual income. It's completely transformed my income and my business, my freedom, my community. Like, we've got to hype that one up. That's why I love objections like MLM. I'm like, yeah, it's MLM. I love MLM. Absolutely. You've got to be like all about it. So there's that one. There's the real estate agent. Oh, objections and delays, what you can do with objections. I hear this sometimes. That sounds really good, but I need to talk to my partner about starting the transformation. Sure, I get it. I'm going to send more info to my and my favorite products to you. Would it be okay if I send some more info and some of my favorite products to you? If I send it to you, will you watch it? When's a good time to follow up with you? So if they're putting something blunt like, no, I need to speak to someone, make sure that you're going to open it for another one. I don't know about you, but if I don't put it in my calendar, it's like I'll forget about it. So feel free to invite your partner to the next one. But when would you be free for me to catch up with you on that? You take charge. We're in charge in these conversations. It's a posture thing too. Like, don't be intimidated by them, which is cool. Key points, whether you think or you can or can't, you're right. So that's the mindset you have to go in with. Listen for pain points, validate them. Yes, I agree. I completely understand. Be empathetic and never stop being open to bringing someone in. And then lead with the product, lead with the business verbiage. It's just cool. So there's real estate agent, gym owner. There might be some more, but yeah, it's just a simple script. So you can look at some of the verbiage in there because Sonia and Melissa are 4 and 5-star crowns for a reason. Like, they're just so good at handling objections. And now when I was living in Belize with Ingrid and Jake, actually, we were living in our little apartment, and that's when we had our big Al Schneider training. And he has some amazing verbiage, amazing key verbiage. I was just reading up on it all yesterday. And what his favorite thing is, I've told you guys this before, is most people, absolute gold, most people. So for example, like some examples of most people, I've written them all down. Most people who get Power Shake get Biomedic too. Most people here at work are looking for an escape plan. Most people who try the ULT end up joining the business. It's literally planting seeds. Most people don't want to commute for the rest of their lives, because people like psychologically don't want to be like the one that's not most people. They're gonna, I mean, I do because it's better, but not in this case. Most dieters hate exercise and want to lose weight without starving. Most new team members call their best friend right away. Most new team members get 3 people on a ULT on Smart Order every week. Set the standard. Most people. It's really good. I was like, damn, that's really good verbiage, Big Al. He's really cool. He's kind of like, he's interesting, but most people, I say it in nearly everything I send. I'll say, if I would you, and then most people, because people say, oh, like, what should I get started with? And honestly, I say, well, most people start with the ULT plus performance, and then they add on the juice bar in a bag. It's what most people do. Share the list. Yeah, I'll take a picture of the list for you. Hold on. Where's my phone? Yeah, I'll take a picture. Actually, I'll take a picture of all of the Big Al training notes I have, because they're bomb, and I'll put them in the groups for you guys. Yeah, me and Ingrid and Jake were watching this in Belize. It was really funny. So he says most people, but some don't. So what I do sometimes is most people I talk to get excited about the business and want to join, but some don't. They would rather spend money on alcohol and trash rather than start their own business so they can have financial time and location freedom. Ooh. Most people I talk to can't wait to try the power shake, but some don't. They think it's a pyramid. They think everything is a pyramid, and they have been able to keep opportunity away from family their whole life. Ooh, it's awkward. So most people don't, most dietists, wait, what's this one about? But so you literally paint a picture of what their life is and what it could be. This is just painting a picture. This is what the pros do. It's fascinating, but some don't. Some would rather spend their time on Netflix games rather than start their own business so that their spouse would never have to work again. Netflix, start a business, it's a choice. Some people want to choose Netflix. Some people want to start a business. So I love that. Most people, but some don't, they would rather. So we can all practice doing this, sending this to one person. So you can write it up. You can write it so then you can voice note it. It doesn't need to be as extreme as those, but it's cool. It's all psychology. This is how to do it. And then make a list of most people closes. Yeah, he just says use it in as many conversations as possible and watch how your business changes. Because when you speak to someone, you figure out their pain point. You figured out what their pain point already is. You've spoken to them like, oh man, like I really want to start a business, but I'm scared. Like I'm not gonna be good enough. And then you can be like, well, most people I talk to get excited about the business and want to join, but some don't. Some people let their limiting beliefs get in the way and they never rise to their full potential. That's literally speaking to her pain point, and she'll be like, wow, I don't want to be that. I want to rise to my full potential. See, so most people, but some don't. If I would you, really important verbiage. Would it be okay if? Another one of my favorites. So the next one's, would it be okay if? Would it be okay if I invite you to my mega Zoom this weekend? Would it be okay if I send you the link to hear Dave speak on tonight's Products and Passion call? Like, you do not want to miss that. Would it be okay if I send you a link to something? Would it be okay if I connect you to my friend Rena? I think you'd absolutely love her. I think that you're really, really similar and you're going to get a lot of value just from meeting this woman. Would it be okay if? And then edifying. It's just edifying is so important to people when you're speaking to them. We want to edify. So if we're doing, the first one, which is, if I work with the most incredible woman in the world. Her name's Sam. Sam is absolutely amazing. Oh my goodness, she's living her dream life. She's doing everything that she ever dreamed of doing. She's leading the way. She's vegan. She's like got this dope partnership. She's going to be financially free and just travel the world. Like, would it be okay if I connect you guys? Like, I'd love to get on a 3-way call and just get you guys to meet. Did you hear the edifying? But that's straight from my heart. That's how I feel. So when we edify, it's real. I love you too, babe. It's real. And it gets, sometimes when I'm edifying someone, I get tearful because I'm like, the people that I actually work with are amazing and they can hear that. So when we're connecting through a 3-way call, when you're saying about your upline, don't just be like, I'd love you to meet my upline. No, she's been doing this a while. How can you expand that into something extraordinary? I'd be like, oh, yeah. But if someone said to me, oh, you can meet like Sarah Brando, she's a world famous plant-based nutritionist. She usually charges $250 for half an hour. She is changing the world. She's in stem cell research. She's living her life in Tulum. Would you want to meet her? I'd be like, yeah. The difference between edifying and not edifying. So though this isn't like verbiage, it is, because this is how we get the prospects onto the three-way calls. This is how we make them realize how valuable this community is. This isn't any regular MLM. This isn't any regular fucking bullshit monat bullshit hair stuff. This is Purium. This is, yes, exactly, Rita. Say it with passion, like you love it. Because if you don't, they're not gonna. So whoever it is, that's why this 30 days of transformation stories has been so good, learning more deeply about people. I still have people here I need to interview for it, but learning that more deeply. Now when I'm edifying and talking about my people, I know so much more about their story, about who they are. So when I'm edifying them and bigging them up to people and being like, you're gonna, because sometimes when I speak to a prospect, they're like someone on my team and I'm like, oh my God, like you are so similar to this person I work with. I think like there's so many similarities, like you have the same story or you have the same personality. I think you're going to love them. There's someone like you already in my organization killing it, so you can do it too. If they meet people like them, they're going to be like, oh, there's more people like me. Okay, cool. So edifying. Yes, we have to become professional inviters. We get so good at inviting people to things, inviting them to look at something, inviting them to come to an event, inviting them to a chat with myself. Like if I'm like, you know what, I'm so glad that you enjoyed that video. I love it too. I love that it's organic. I'm so glad you see that, but I'd love to speak more with you about it. Are you free later today? Maybe like 3 p.m. I'd love to have a Zoom call with you and get to know you better. And they're like, oh my God, you want to get to know me better? Yeah. So we invite them to chat with us further and deeper. And that's where we can use all these tools, these questions, like, have you ever thought about, and what if you could, and can you imagine spending more time with your family? That's where you get to do that painting. Now, of course, this takes practice. We get better at it. We get better at listening for what they want, offering the solutions. But it's just getting them through this process of like imagination, because Allison and Sarah, when they enrolled me, they got me on a 3-way call, and I was just like, oh my God, they were building this picture of who I could be that I didn't see. For one, they were like, do you not see how amazing you are? And I was like, no. They were building that for me. And they were like, this community is everything you've ever wanted. The tools are all here for you to be financially free. Like, do you want to be retired in 3 years? I was like, yeah, yeah, I do. I just remember it so well, so vividly, how they did it, how they bigged up Dave, how they bigged up the fact that there's like no startup cost for a business with an unlimited earning potential. Like unlimited earning potential, small buy-in, low risk. Give it a shot. You've always wanted to be an entrepreneur, Alice. You've told me you don't want to work for anyone else. This is your shot. And look how aligned this is, Alice. Look at the ingredients. Look at the ethics. Can you find anything better? This is how they were talking to me. I was like, no. And I was crying. And I was like, I just want to start today. And I did. I started that very moment. I had no money. So exactly, Chloe. We big up everything. We edify not only the people, we edify the tools, we edify the community, we edify the systems. People have been doing this 15 years, building systems that work. The tools are here. You barely have to do anything. You just have to get good at speaking to people. You just have to get disciplined, but there's so much accountability here. And if you want that, I'm here to support you as your mentor. If you can show up for me those hours that you agreed to be on those calls, you agreed to this and this and this and all those things that we talked about, there is nothing that will stop you. Are you in? And by this point, they're like, yeah, where do I sign up? We build up a picture of what they could be. That's our job. And isn't that fucking cool? That's what we do. I love it. That's my favorite thing about what we do. I have people on the phone crying to me several times a day. And I'm like, this is fucking dope. Because I remember how it was done to me. So at the beginning, do it on a 3-way call. Get your upline to help you do that. Watch how they do it. watch how they do it. And that's why the three-way call is so important. So use these tools at the moment to get people on a three-way. So, you know, someone else who's been doing it longer can show you how they paint that picture and how they build that up. And then you'll be like, that's so cool. But you're all passionate. All it takes is getting in the flow of the vortex of the passion that you have and talking about it. And they're like, yeah, this is totally it. So objections, we all get them, woo! But objections are a chance to educate people. That's what an objection is to me. I spun it. I'm like, oh, they just want education on something. Cool. So agree with them. Someone says to me, oh, you know, it's really expensive. Actually, I don't agree with that one anymore. So I'm not going to use that as an example, but there was something that I was taught about the price objection, which is kind of cool though, which is, yeah, Purium thought about lowering the price, but the integrity and quality wouldn't be the same. And they just didn't want to do that to you guys. Yeah, Purium could lower the price, but then what about the quality control and the source of ingredients? And then I go, but did you know actually that one serving of biofruit, it's like 63 cents a serving for like 30 organic fruits? Did you know? That's insane. That's what I made that video last night, because I went down the rabbit hole of how cheap these products actually are. Because I get there, it's expensive. This needs to be affordable for the working class. I had that yesterday and I was like, okay, sunshine. Did you know green spectrum that is actually proven to reverse cancer is 54 cents a serving? Did you know that biofruit that has every fruit, tropical, like cancer killing fruit in the world, is 63 cents? Power Shake that has all your fats, carbs, superfoods, super greens, $2.50 a serving. How much is the usual green juice you go get at the store? And then they're like, oh, you know what I mean? So I love that. Super Amino 23 for 12.5 grams a day of lean protein, everything you need, pre-digested, 99% bioavailable, $1.90. How much is a steak? I don't know. I actually haven't bought a steak and so I don't fucking know. But the ULT in America, $11 US a day for 2 meals and snacks, everything you need. It's got your vegan protein, greens, healthy fats, gut health, organic superfruit, and colon cleansing. And I'm like, wait, it's expensive? How much is that salad you went out and bought? Oh, 18 bucks, cool. Well, you can have a Power Shake for $2.50 and that's 6 salads. You know, so you just, I love it. So now when I hear that, I'm like, hell yeah, I'm going in. And then the Plus Performance Pack is, so in equally, I think, Chloe, you've done this in the UK for all the platinum products, like price per serving. You can just work it out and be like, it's not expensive. It's not, it's a transference of funds. But when people throw objections at me, usually I agree with them. I'm like, yeah, you know, I thought that too at the beginning. I really did. If someone said, oh, this is a pyramid scheme, I'll be like, you know what? I actually thought exactly the same thing. And then I started to research what a pyramid scheme was. And I was like, this is the furthest thing away from a pyramid scheme in the world. Let me tell you why. Would it be okay if I share with you why? And then you go into the ethics of how incredible everything is. But yeah, Core 4 is cheaper than a night out in the UK. That's classic. It's true though. Alcohol, which does nothing for you and destroys your body, versus a month's worth of food. It's just getting people to understand. So who's scared still when they get an objection? Who like freaks out? Be honest. Yeah, Rena. Sarah, okay, cool. What do you think it is? Like, what objections do you get the most that scare you?
Yeah, for me, at the moment, like, I don't know what it is. I think it's more to do with my own mindset. There isn't any specific, you know, objection that I'm getting that I freak out at. It's more to do with, you know, as an empath, we all are, aren't we? But it's like I feel like I'm reading their thoughts before they've even said anything. It's really weird, and sometimes that's completely misinterpreted by me, and I'm making an assumption that they think that I'm doing this, and that's what comes into my head, you know, and oh, maybe they think this, maybe they think that, maybe they think this, maybe they think that's literally my stream of consciousness when they give me a whatever it is. Yeah, so there's nothing specific, but it's almost like my head gets in the way and I get really panicked.
Right. Well, can I just say that's completely normal? especially at the beginning. I was like, an objection, I'd literally put my phone away from me, freak out, like I didn't even want to see that they'd read it. I was so scared. But oftentimes things like that, when we make pre-assumptions about what people are going to think, I've been the most surprised actually by people that I had idea like they're not going to want this, and then they've spent the most, or I don't think this business is going to be for them, and they've done the best. So it's like, it is so much of this is learning to get out of our own way and just be bold and be brave, and remember that thing of like, I could change this person's life. This person could be the next Alison. I can't pre-assume anything in this. So it's about literally pushing through that fear, and I get it because I still get that, and just offering them you. You don't have to talk about the products right away, remember, Sarah, or the business. It's just you and what you do and who you are. And remember, they're following leaders here. People are here because they like you most of the time. I mean, often I get messages like, hi, I want to order Purium. I've been looking at it for ages and I really resonate with you. I want to order with you. I get that a lot. I want to sign up with you, no one else. So I like what you do. So the more we work on us as well, it's just, you start owning it. So I appreciate that so much, Sarah, and I completely understand. Sometimes I'm stumped by objections as well. And I'm like, what the hell? Like, I've never even heard that before. That's new. But that's when I'll be like, Alison, or like, Eric, I still do that all the time. I call on Eric. I'm like, Eric, how would you tackle this? And it's always genius. So if that ever happens too, reach up, ask around, what do people say? But don't get like stumped and stop. Just be like, okay, sometimes just take a breath and be like, okay, what mindset do I need to get in to be able to speak to this person? But it's normal. It's so normal. It's so normal, babe. Oh yes, Rena, babe.
Hi. So yeah, while we're talking about objections, so some of you might have seen the parasite post that I posted earlier on today. And so I had a lady message me asking me how to get rid. It was just very short and blunt. And so I gave her the solution, you know, as you do, you want to get rid of your parasites. Well, I've got the solution, here it is. And she basically responded back with, I don't want to do any mad sign up. I just wanted to know the best way to cleanse. Well, I've given you the solution. So yeah, I didn't know what else to respond to that.
Did you direct message her? Or was it?
No, I voice noted her.
Oh, perfect. Okay,
Yeah.
So how I tackle that is kind of how you said it. I'll be like, there's no mad sign up. It's just, you know, you asked me what the best solution is. This is something I found. It's got all the best Ayurvedic herbs in the world for killing parasites and the eggs very gently. And it's the best way that I've personally found. So I feel like it's a service to you to be able to offer that.
People are just weird though, you know what I mean? Like, why would you message me and ask me for a solution, and then when I give it you, you're like, you don't want to sign up to anything? I don't know, it just boggled my mind.
It's like if you go to a store and buy something, like, what's the difference? I'd ask her a question. I'd be like, I tackle stuff like that sometimes with a question. So like, I didn't want any mad stuff. I'll be like, oh, did you like, okay, let me think about this. Mad sign up thingy.
Yeah, because I need to respond back to her. But yeah, I didn't know what really to say.
Yeah, I just feel like, well, this is just an online store. Has anyone else got anything? Actually, sometimes I get stumped. I can see Chloe typing. Because if they fix it, they lose. Yeah, exactly. That's going deeper, Mark, but it's so true. Some people just don't want to get well. I've gone round and round in circles with some brand customers for like 3 years who was still not doing it. Yes,
Can I say something?
Yes.
If it was me, I would just kind of, I mean, I have to hold my tongue because I can be very blunt with people. But I, you know, if she responded like this, I would say, okay, you asked for my help. So what did you want me to help you with? So just throw it back to her to ask another question, to be like, well, if the solution I'm offering you isn't what you were looking for, what are you looking for? Like, how can I help you? Just throw it straight back.
That's great. That's great. Yeah, thinking. Be like, oh, actually.
Yeah, I just thought it's weird because I didn't reach out to her. She reached out to me.
Yeah.
You know, it's just,
she wants a solution, but she doesn't want to probably pay anything for it or actually commit to anything.
Exactly. Energy vampire.
I mean, she could eat some papaya seeds, but I wouldn't trust them in the UK. And it's different. It's a different system. It sounds to me like she needs a cleanse. Often when people respond like that, I'm like, damn, you need a cleanse really bad. People are like angry or weird about it. But this is just life. We're in the people business. We work with people. So there are all kinds of people. Some people just like talking to you and will never actually buy. So we need to get very clever at knowing. Like now, like for example, like yesterday, this was classic. A guy messaged me like, oh, hey, beautiful. I really want to start with you. Like, teach me how to. And it's like my red flags are going off straight. I'm like, you call me beautiful straight up. So I didn't even respond. Like, there's no point wasting your time. And the more you do it, the more you realize the people who are actually just going to waste your time. So different things for different people. But that woman, there might just be something that you need to go deeper with for her to trust you. Like if you hold space for that woman and you're like, like Chloe said, like, what is it that you're actually searching for here? Like, how can I help? I'm here to serve people. What is it that you're looking for? She might be like, oh, her walls might come down, because people are often like, oh, people are just trying to sell me shit. And it's like, that's not the purpose of this. This is something that's going to help so many people. What's this? I had some guy promising to buy a cleanse and get me on a date. Oh my God, that is great. I love that shit. That's so great. Yeah, no, but thanks. So gross. Sometimes men message me like, can I buy nudes? I'm like, no, but you can buy a cleanse. Yeah, that's a hard no. But but objections are just a part of this. But I promise you, the more we understand the business and the more we love it and the more we get in the flow, the less objections we get. The less weird people you get and the more serious people, because as you level up, people are like, they're serious. I can't fuck with that person. They're not even going to reply. And they get that. Like, because now if I get like some random guy popping up, like, I want to join your team, I'm like, yeah, you must have different issues though, guys in the house. I don't know. There's a lot of that out there, which is very interesting.
I had someone reach out yesterday saying that, do I want to be their sugar baby? I've had a couple of these recently. They don't want any of my superfoods, but can I be their sugar baby for £7,000 a week? I'm like, no.
No,
crazy. Yeah, exactly.
No, but you can sort out your parasite that's in your body. I think you really need a cleanse, hun.
Yeah.
Fuck you. That's so funny. Sugar babies, classic. Okay, so yeah, I just want to kind of open it now to like any more questions, like any more people specifically that you're trying to. How long do we have? 10 minutes. Like if there's anything that you're like, oh, this person I'm really scared of, what do I say? Anything like that. Has any sugar daddy need a cleanse? Yeah.
I have a question.
Yes.
What is the most, like, what do you say to the people that they say, my doctor told me I can't eat these foods?
Yes, my mom.
Wait, a doctor can tell you not to eat organic food?
She's on pain management.
Right.
And she called her doctor because she wanted to make sure that she could do the cleanse, and we explained over and over, like, you're just eating food. And they're tripping out about like maybe the parasite cleanse, like the herbs that are in there, and that it might fuck with her UA, and like then they won't treat her.
Right.
Like,
there are two ways that you can tackle this, right? One, don't take the parasite cleanse if you're worried about it. Save it for another time.
I see that out there.
Okay. Second, you know what? I work with a scientist, and she is amazing. And she's worked with so many people whose doctors have said that exact same thing. And she went through that same thing too. And she is absolutely amazing. Taz, would it be okay if you just like met up with her and had a quick word with her? Because sometimes it's third-party validation that we need. Sometimes someone will not budge no matter what we say. It doesn't matter. This is safe for children. This is fucking food. And people still, because they don't actually want to get better. It's like what Mark said. Some people don't actually want to get better. They're self-sabotaging. And it's the worst when it's our family. Allison's mum's never taken this. Never. So the frustration of it. But I'd say third-party validation or take out the super cleanser. But it's like, I'd be like, wait, can you eat broccoli? Yeah. Okay, cool. Then you can eat this because that's what this is. Sorry, did I cut out? Oh, sorry. I have no idea what's going on. I'd be like, okay, so you can eat broccoli? Yeah. Okay, well, you can eat this. Okay, wait. So you can eat eggs? And oh, yeah. Okay. It's like a whole. Am I still freezing? I'm okay. I don't know what's
No,
going
you're good.
on. Okay. And for this kind of objection, this is the kind of thing where, because it's family as well, you could even get her on a call with, no, I think she'd need someone who's actually a professional, medical professional. So I'd get
I
Taz.
agree.
I get Taz. That's
Okay.
our best bet. Do you reckon you can get her on a call with Taz?
Probably. I mean, she's here all day.
And she's been watching
And-
our lives and she's been really interested in it. But then she's like, let me just check with my doctor. And then apparently doctor
Doctors
said
get
no
no
to
nutritional
eating healthy
training.
food.
So fucking retarded, isn't it? They don't even understand what nutrition is. She's probably like,
And-
drink more milk for your bones.
right? Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
Well, and my like question back was, what do they say about you eating fast food, or what do they say about you eating?
Oreos or
All of
M&Ms
this
or
You're
Nutter
saying
Butter.
all the right things. Because it's like, if that's okay, then how is organic greens not okay? Like, that's fucked up. I'd sue that fucking
is.
dog. That's ridiculous. But yeah, third party validation. It's another case of family doesn't listen to us. They don't. My family didn't till my dad got sick, but they will listen to someone else. As soon as I got Sarah Brando on a call with my dad, he was like, she's the cleverest person I've ever met. I'm like, I've been saying this to you for like a year and a half. It's like the ego hit is unbelievable, but they just need to hear it from someone else. And because she's a professional, my dad was like, oh, she's everything. Like I'm like, great. As long as you get better at, like, I can allow this, it's fine. So yeah, third party it. That's all you can do. And if still no, oh my God, what can you do?
So what makes it even more mind-blowing is my sister, she's getting ready to start another ULT. Like she's already done one. She's had a couple core fours in between, and she's kind of let her better habits go. And she's been really feeling like shit. And then she sees us over here doing our thing. And she's like, okay, I'm back, and she just purchased another ULT last week. And she's the first person to say that, like, this is the first thing that's made her feel like a regular functioning human digestively, energy wise, like not having to, eat all the shit and whatever. And so I have that validation right here. They live together, she's seen that. And it's like, what?
She's indoctrinated by the system still. Doctors know best. Yeah. There would be a time for everyone would be scared to go against what the doctor said. She's still in that fear state. So she needs to literally hear it from another professional who says, this is okay, you're not going to die. Because she's probably scared that she'll die if she does this because the doctor said it. Sounds like that.
She has a lot of health issues, and she's afraid that pretty much she's going to get cut off of her pain management and her health care and all that shit. So that's kind of where she's at.
It's a lot of fear behind it. There's a lot of fear. Yeah. So yeah, it's the only she just needs to hear that it's going to be okay from someone who, Taz. I'm so glad that we have Taz on our team to do that, because that's her whole before Purium, that's what she did. So that's what I'd recommend. If you need any help setting that up, Taz will be very happy. Taz has met with my dad too. But that's what I say for families and for people who are scared, like scared and still very much indoctrinated. They need to hear it from someone who has like a professional status to be like, you're going to be okay. So that's what I'd say. Sorry, there's so many. Oh, wow. Oh, okay. But yeah, Sarah Brando as well. I can give you, do you have Sarah Brando's Zoom? Okay. Either or, both professionals, they've both put her completely at ease. So this is a good thing to bring up, because honestly, family is so hard. You need third-party validation for family pretty much always. My brothers are still resistant. I'm like, oh my God. So thanks guys for bringing it up, and keep me in the loop with what's happening in that chat, because I want to be able to help out with that. Has anyone else got any that they are struggling with, or Mark.
Can I just, yeah, sorry, I've just had one recently, like today, just come through this morning,
Yeah.
of somebody, I've been chatting with her for a little while and it's been going really well. She suffers from IBS, the same as me, but she's tried so many different things that she's like, I love everything that you're doing, but right now I don't want to try any more different powders or pills and this, that, and the other. But I want to continue watching your story. She's like, I'm following your story, I'm watching it every day.
Yeah.
So would you continue with that, or would you just leave her to have their time and space?
Okay. Yeah. With that as well, she doesn't trust that anything's going to work. She's tried everything. So she needs to meet with someone. And again, I'd say Taz or Allison. Taz, because she reversed Crohn's disease with this. Her son was born with eczema and IBS, born with them. And they didn't know what to do. And within a few days of taking Biomedic, her son's life completely changed. So again, this is a third party validation because she's scared. It's a fear thing again. She's scared to move forward. And that's why the 3-way calls are so important, to hear it from someone else. And I think in your case, again, Mark, it will be a professional. Even Sarah Brando, Taz. I'd go again with those two, the professionals, because they both have cases. Sarah's helped thousands of people with those issues. She can speak to the science, she can back it up. And another thing to say to her as well is like, there's no risk, you can get your money back. But she's at that point where she's so defeated. I mean, even me, I reversed my leaky gut. Feel free to connect her with myself, but it needs to be done delicately. So I'd be like, I do the edifying, I completely understand. I got to that point of despair. I get it, but this is legitimately, we finally found it. And I work with a scientist who works in labs. She is a geneticist, she's incredible. And she reversed her Crohn's on this. She was so sick for a long time and her son was born with IBS. And after taking Biomedic for a few days, he didn't have it anymore. And, she's super busy. She's super busy, obviously, but, I want you to get better. I want you to hear from a professional. Would it be okay if I connect you guys, if we could just have a little chat? No pressure. I want you to get well and see how she responds to that kind of thing. But of course, you know her better than I. Maybe she'd be okay even speaking to me, speaking to my leaky gut.
Yeah,
but,
maybe.
I mean, go for the big gun, I'd say. Go for the big gun because this girl needs help. Yeah.
Yeah, perfect. Thanks, Alice.
Pleasure. Let me know how it goes. If you need any more help with that. But this is why third party always we get stuck because it's like so frustrating that we can't push it forward. And sometimes it just takes someone else to say, hey, look, it worked for me too, for them to be like, all right, okay. And you can get your money back if it doesn't work. All right, well, I've got nothing to lose then. And we know it will work. So good. Okay, it's 11, so we all need to jump onto Power Hour. But we can do more of these. We can do some role playing. Thank you so much for showing up for yourself, guys. I love you all. I hope this helped. Let me know any ideas for any more trainings that you want as well. Like, what is it that you want trainings on? I'm so happy to help. I'm always here. And I love you so much. I'll see you on Power Hour.
Thank you.
Bye.